Right here is symbolic of what it's all about. This is the world's heavyweight title. And when I say this, I mean it in all sincerity. The world's heavyweight title, held by Harley Race. Not once, but twice. Over half of my life devoted to what I do better than any other human being in wrestling. I am not going to allow any human being to insult me or this. And when I say that, I mean it in dead sincerity. When I walk in that ring, I'm walking in there as world's heavyweight champion. I'm walking in there to defend what I hold probably more close than any other man has ever held. This is my life. You've heard your Ric Flairs talk about being cock of the walk. You've heard your Thunderbolt Pattersons. You've heard them all, Ole Anderson. They all talk about being the man. Flair parades around saying that he is the ultimate man. Well, buddy, this is symbolic of being everything that any human being ever wanted to be. That man is Harley Race. And for one of those individuals that I've mentioned, or the various others, to beat me, then let them walk around and claim to be what they are. You're looking at the world's heavyweight champion, the man that can truthfully say that he can beat any man in the world.
Say what? A whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. And when I say who's
word attack skills and vocabulary too. Cover hits in this edition is all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary and like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It is Ring Time Pro Wrestling. Keith and Keisha are in the building again. Keisha, say hi to the people.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show this week. I decided to give like this. What's the best word to say for this? I decided to give my work response, my work introduction for this week, because that is definitely how I sound when I'm on the job. So, yeah. Everybody just got a little taste of that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Hello, white people.
No, that's funny.
No, seriously, this is going to be a hell of a week. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot going on. This is going to be an interesting show. Stay with us. We are live on Spreaker. If y'all haven't noticed, this is going to be the third week in a row we are being able to do this live. So we got a chat room, we got special effects. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. It's going down.
Right.
We getting big time. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we one of the best podcasts in the game, especially when it comes to this wrestling, Keisha. I mean, ain't too many doing it like we do it. It's only going to get better. It's going to ramp up a little more. Your boy been down and out a little bit. The fatigue that kind of got to him, but he's back and he's live, and the work is about to be impeccable because we got a lot to talk about. So we're gonna get into it. This week, heavy week, we had the WWE TLC pay-per-view. Tables, ladders, and chairs. We saw some of all of that this week. I'm not going to say this is fuck Jimmy Ellsworth or James Ellsworth, but I'm going to say, man, they got to do something else with this dude.
Yeah.
And
like, get rid of him?
No, here's the thing. I'm not advocating for him to be fired, per se. I just don't want him in the main event anymore. I don't think he's doing anything for anybody's career in that main event, even his own. He just makes people want to punch him in that stupid face of his.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, and, I don't know. I'm too grown to have patience for Mr. Oh, shucks. I don't have that kind of patience, right? So,
right.
Is that also? I felt like there was a match that was perfect, and then his element to it ruined it. It was like
yeah.
You know how a rapper do a double album, and you like, man, look, if you cut off those last 6 songs and made this one CD, you'd have a classic.
Right.
But because all this hot garbage you got on the CD, you just got just a mediocre piece of material.
Exactly.
Yeah. Kind of what happened on Thursday. But,
yep.
Not Thursday, I'm sorry. On last Sunday. Kind of hard going back to. But, we're going to knock these out the box. So we're going to go down the line. And that's the best way to do it. So, Keish, we go to TLC. We have a pre-show, which basically is a 10-man tag, which is basically much every tag team on the brand that did not get into that didn't finish out the tournament, combined with 2 random dudes that we just hadn't seen in a while. Like, man, I forgot.
Right.
I forgot Apollo Crews is still in the league.
I didn't, and I thank the Miz for that, because he pointed that out during Talking Smack, the one before TLC. He was like, I mean, you got guys like Apollo Crews. I mean, that guy's huge. Have you stood next to him? Like, have you seen him? I mean, he's just awesome looking, period. And, I mean, when I say that Miz put him over, he put him all the way over. But he also reminded us that he was there, because I definitely forgot at some point. I was like, man.
Yeah, I was like, yo,
where is
shit.
Apollo Crews?
I hadn't even had that thought. I was just like, it's one of those, like, when you see him, it's like, oh, yeah, that guy is a thing. But they ruined him. Like, Keisha had all the hype, right? I go back with this UA Nation. I had a big fan. I thought his moveset was unique. I thought, as a big muscular guy, there's some things he didn't need to do. Like, some of the high spots and the flippy moves, you can slow down on. That is true. They ain't gonna ever shorten your career. But neither here nor there. I thought the guy was an incredible talent, but I was just like, when they squatted him and didn't know what to do with him, because that's what they do with talent. A lot of times they don't know what to do with, and especially when you got brown skin, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
And I'm not always trying to make it about race, but I'm gonna say this: if you don't think it factors in professional wrestling, we just don't have to talk. That's okay. Like, you don't have to stress me out.
All right.
But let's get to it. So yeah, they had the 10-man tag, babyface team won, and then we get into the real show. So Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt defeat Heath, Slater, and Rhyno to become tag team champions. Randy hits a RKO to seal up the match. It really wasn't back and forth. I mean, we kind of knew where this was going.
Right.
At the end of the match, Luke Harper is presented with both belts, and both of the belts hang on his shoulders. And I guess that's the way to, symbolize he's involved in all of this.
I guess so.
I
mean, I guess they, from my understanding, everybody is seen as an equal.
Yeah.
Like, they're all seen equal to each other, as opposed to it being like Bray and his followers, or like Bray and Randy with like Luke on the side, or whatever the case may be. I don't, because at first I really saw it as Okay, so are they saying like Luke is beneath them or something? Like, I don't know. I got really confused about what was going on with that. But I think after I watched it the second time, I actually understood it a little bit more than beforehand. So it wasn't that bad, you know. But I guess I get it now. I really have to get used to the dynamic of Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton.
Well, just to kind of spoil it a little bit, but this was going to be in the news, but, you know, I think it's relevant to the conversation now. They're going to defend the belts under Freebird rules.
Really?
Yes. So you could get a Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt today, but you might get Randy and Luke tomorrow. You might get Randy and Bray. You might get, you know what I mean, however they mix it up, right? I think that sets what's the interesting combinations for, you know, outside the ring.
It does.
Having somebody who is invested in the team and actually, you know, part of it from the outside is going to be good. But yeah, they beat them apparently. So that's it for Slater and Rhyno. And I don't know how long that's going to last or what's the next move for each one of those. I think Slater will have to figure out his career. Where Rhyno, I mean, you know, it's the twilight anyway.
Yeah, I mean, what if they don't really split them up right now? I mean, what if they decide that they're going to keep them as a tag team and just kind of let them run through the division one more time, or, you know, whatever the case may be.
Oh, yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I think that's going to probably be one of the bigger options, but, you know.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Nikki Bella defeats Carmella in a no DQ match, and
Which
that's
was
good.
awful.
It was. I'm just glad that that's semi over with.
Yeah, please and thank you, because I swear, I was like, oh Lord, this would be the end of it, Jesus. I can't deal with them two, man. It's like, like Carmella irks my nerves, like all of it. So I really just don't even want to see her half the time. Like, it's like, come on, man, really? So, but I guess it works out, you know.
Right.
I'm guessing that's how it's supposed to be. So, whatever. But then Carmella makes this quote-unquote shocking revelation at the end of the match, saying that it was Natalya that attacked Nikki at Royal Rumble, and I mean not Royal, but Survivor Series, and not her. And I'm like, and I personally, Keith, I have been waiting to say this like all week, right? Who didn't know that? Like, seriously, like, let's just be completely honest about this situation. Who did not know that Natalya attacked Nikki? Like, come on, man. Really? Like, if you didn't know this already, I'm going to tell you right now. I knew Natalya attacked Nikki since it happened. Like, come on, man. Seriously. Like, I mean, really. Please think that through a little bit before you tell me, like, oh, you didn't know, and, you know, how could you figure, and come on, really? Like, why would she not? Natalya wanted to be on the Survivor Series team in the first place and did not get a slot. So instead, she created her own slot and took out the captain. Done deal. Like, I mean, who wouldn't do something like that? Like, I know Natalya did it. Come on, man. I knew Natalya did it since Sunday night. Like, it was just evident to me. To me, it was obvious. A little too obvious, but it was obvious.
Right. Miz defeated Dolph Ziggler in a ladder match, and I'm going to say this: it was fair and square.
Yes, yes, it was, and I was happy about that.
Miz worked his ass off. He worked his ass off. one of the underappreciated heels of our time. He worked his ass off, and Dolph lost, and it's cool though because I kind of almost got to a point where I was expecting Dolph to win these kind of matches.
Yeah, but I'm glad. I actually am very happy with the outcome of this match, and I am happy with the fact that it was clean. You know, it was clean. It was good. It was done by a heel. It was what it was, and I'm so glad that. I'm so glad that the match went the way that it did, because had it not, then I would have been highly disappointed, you know, considering that this is a ladder match with The Miz and Dolph. Like, The Miz gave everything to Dolph Ziggler, and I loved every minute of it. So, to me, that match was absolute greatness, and I'm so glad that they actually decided to have this match happen. So, but I honestly have to ask that there be no more Ziggler and The Miz, like, no time soon. Please and thank you, because I'm not going to lie, I'm getting a little tired of it. Like, maybe a little too much, but I am getting a little tired of it, so.
No, I mean, I think that's the thing, too. It's kind of like, I mean, we've seen this movie before.
Right.
I think when you finalize certain stipulations of matches with people, it's like, okay, this is it. After you won in a ladder match, you won.
You're right. There is nothing else. Like, there's nothing else after that. So, what do you do? Like, I mean, there's literally, like, there's nothing else after that, so.
Well, here's the thing. I solid match. Everything was done good. It's just time to move on. The champ got to move on, right?
Right.
What Dolph do? That his booking is a little more problematic, but I can figure it out. Next match. Baron Corbin defeated Kalisto in a Chairs match, which went a little longer than I thought, to be honest with you. But
yeah, it did. I mean, I was not impressed. I wasn't. Like, I really, I'm used to size mismatches. I really am. But I'm not really impressed with this one. Like, Baron Corbin and Kalisto just, I don't know. I seriously was not even looking forward to this match being that long. So when it went over as long as it did, like, I was just like, okay. I can understand the whole dynamic of, like, letting Kalisto, like, fight for himself. And I'm not saying that he's a bad wrestler or anything like that, because it's not the case. I'm not down on the man at all, but what I'm saying is this match went longer than what was anticipated, because, I mean, like, one, I didn't expect this match to happen again, period. Like, I thought it was over after that, but then now, no, that's definitely not it, so.
Well, going on further beyond the Baron Corbin and Kalisto match, which I'm very tired of that. And it has what else things with no future. Alexa Bliss is our new women's champion. She defeated Becky Lynch.
Did you see that powerbomb?
Yes, you did.
Like, I have to honestly say I was a little impressed by that, because I was trying to figure out, like, how they were going in the event that Alexa Bliss was to become women's champion. Like, how were they going to center out Alexa Bliss so that she can put Becky Lynch through a table? Because it's a significant size difference between the two women, and I really needed to understand, like, how this was going to be physically possible. So, but now that I know, And I think that match was just awesome in itself. Like, I kind of say I'm a little impressed. So I still think Alexa Bliss sucks a little bit, but I think she could get better with time. I don't know how much time, but I think she can get better with time. So
I think she has the microphone side of it down. Is that fair to say?
Maybe. But I mean, okay, she's not that bad, but I wouldn't say she's like great. I wouldn't give her that much. Like, I think some people will think that she's kind of A1. I'm like, nah, she's still got a little ways to go, but she is better, yes. Like, I will say that much. Like, she's not horrific, as if she just started yesterday or anything like that, so. That's just me talking. Like, what do I know?
No. But yeah, here's the thing. She needs some rework.
Yeah, she does.
The majority of that roster on SmackDown needs rework. Carmella definitely needs rework. Eva Marie, when she come back, 100% needs rework. Alicia Fox, you know what I mean? Like, I got out of line. All need a little help or nudge in that right direction. You know what I mean?
Right.
But either here or there. Main event, AJ Styles defends his world championship against Dean Ambrose. Tables, ladders, and chairs match, the whole shebang. Keith, for the first 28 minutes, I thought this was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one about it. You're not the only one that thought that. But
yeah. This is how the match should have ended. Okay, y'all wanted AJ to win, right?
Right.
I got it. When he hits that 450 off the top rope, that's the closer. That's it. Nobody should be coming behind you after you hit that.
That should have been it.
Because guess what? Ain't nothing else that anybody can do that's more impressive or that's going to ever top that. That right there is the exclamation point on your sentence. It didn't work out, though. That's what happened. It didn't work out. What ends up happening is, damn James Ellsworth show up. He stops AJ. Then he started encouraging Dean. Then he did the craziest shit in the world. He stopped Dean, too.
Right. Except what he did to Dean was way more detrimental. And I'm just kind of like, really, dude? Like, I was already pissed at the fact that he was down there in the first place. Like, no bullshit. Like, I was really pissed at the fact that he was down there in the first place. Because the match, to me, was going wonderfully without him. And it could have ended wonderfully without him. Like, I would not have been mad at all, I guarantee it. Like, just why? It's the only thing that you could really ask yourself. Why, dude? Like, are you for real? Did you really? Like, what was the point? What was the point? Oh, Lord, I can't. So, I don't know. All I know is when James Ellsworth pushed Dean Ambrose off that ladder, he pissed me all the way off. Because I was just like, really, dude? Like, I really just seriously can't get with it. I couldn't agree with it. I was just like, no. Like, I'm definitely not doing what you say. I don't know. All I know is I was actually glad that AJ won just to see what else they do with Dean. But at the same time, like, I don't know what else to think of that. That win in itself was just, it was incredible. But the match was ruined. The match was ruined as soon as James Ellsworth stuck his nose right in the middle of everything. I was just like, yep.
No doubt.
Nah.
And I mean, like I said, he's fucking terrible. Like, there's no value for it. And I just don't see any long-term future in it.
All right.
Like, I think now you made it a couple weeks for the weekend. So
Right.
chill.
I don't know. All I know is, excuse me. All I know is do some BS and I'm done with it. Like, in all seriousness, like, seriously, SmackDown Live need to get it together immediately. Because there's no reason why there shouldn't have been a TLC match for the Women's Championship for SmackDown Live. Like, no reason. If you were able to have a tables match, you could have threw in some ladders and chairs with that too. And we could have they could have had they could have had a TLC match with Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss, and it would have been extra awesome, and I would have been happy, and that would have been the end of it. But no, they don't want to go that route, you know?
Right.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
With
It
that
is
being
what
said,
it is.
we're going to roll into Raw. Then we're going to take our first break, and then we'll be, we'll take you on home.
Yeah, let's talk about Raw.
So we come out, Seth Rollins. They play a video package for the last 2 weeks, get you caught up. Let you know Seth Rollins done beat the hell out of Jericho. And Kevin Owens and Jericho have broken up, or at least it seems to be. Right? Or at least one side it seems that is broken up. Then they go through a back and forth, which leads to the Big Show returning. Rollins had a match with Big Show, and it was good to see Show in a ring.
Right. Yeah, you're right about that. He looks so different. Like,
well, he has lost a lot of weight.
With all that weight off of him, it's like really weird to see him like standing in the ring like that. You know, I mean, he's under 400, but he's 7'2". Like, that's crazy. You know, but I'm happy for him. I am happy for him. So we'll see how this plays out. But with Big Show, it can go either way. So, but I think it didn't go either way Monday night. It really did. So,
yeah,
it favored the face of the company. So it wasn't, but it was intense though. That moment in the beginning, it was a little intense for me. I'm not gonna lie about that. That moment in the beginning was just a little bit like, okay, there's a little bit of edge to this. I don't know how this is gonna go, But then after everything went down, it was just kind of like, all right, let's move on with the rest of the show. So, Kevin Owens is pretty hilarious to watch get chokeslammed. That's all I'm saying. I think there's always going to be a permanent spot in the middle of the ring for my call. And this is where we're seeing Kevin get chokeslammed. That's funny. So,
yeah.
I don't know. But that match was over just as fast as it started, all that kind of stuff. It is what it is. That's all I know. I know this whole segment. You know what? I'm gonna say this because I'm just gonna throw this out there because I feel like somebody needs to address it, and I'm gonna be the one to address it. So let me address this right now. This Enzo cast and Rusev, Lana thing needs to be over with 2 weeks ago. Like, it just needs to be done. What the hell, man? So, have you turned Enzo into Rusev's on Whipping Boy. Like, I don't understand what the hell is going on. Like, I'm like, for real? So, I know one thing. I'm not venturing out. I will not be venturing out doing crazy stuff like that. So, I mean, come on, Enzo. You knew that she is married. And you knew that and I don't know why he didn't think of any possibility of there being a setup. How does a person go from like, hey, check this out, you know, go ahead and buy you one, to like, oh, nah, I got nothing to do with those people. Like, come on, man. For real? Is this really how you want to roll this situation? So, I really, honestly just don't even have a response for that anymore. So, the whole Enzo and Rusev thing needs to just be done.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell. I can't.
Here's the thing. The angle is kind of stupid. And it holds everybody back, right?
Right.
Big Cass' career is tied to Enzo. And Enzo's tied doing this, right?
Right.
So when are they wrestling as a team? When are they moving towards becoming tag team champions? It's not happening.
Exactly.
And, you know, I mean, to be fair, don't know why, but it's not happening. So when you look at it, you need to figure out what's the awkward dynamics here. So, and what's your end game? Enzo, to me, takes way too many beatings for a babyface.
He does.
What I mean? Like everything can't be sympathetic babyface.
That man takes way too many L's. I mean, way too many L's. And it's not like simple stuff either. Like, oh, somebody did this, or it was this reasoning, or whatever. Like, come on, man. Like, who are you trying to convince here? What are you trying to prove? You know, like, oh no. The dynamics between Enzo and Rusev sucks. And that's just coming off personal opinion. So I don't know what else to say about that, really, except I'm going to leave that alone for right now. We're going to put a bookmark in that. Because I'm pretty sure it's a lot more stuff. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot more stuff, excuse me, to have to do with that. But they need to find out what angle they're going in and find it quick. Find it quick, because that's not something that somebody's going to be attached to for a long time. So let it go.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You can't turn over the Cass, right?
Right.
And then even if they come out on top, it's still just against one guy, and that's not the purpose of y'all package. You know what I mean? So, and then it's not doing anything for Rusev because he just got to sit there middling. Also, quiet as kept. They usually try to protect marriages and keep them off screen and keep them, whatever.
Right.
They stay messing with Rusev and his marriage.
They really do. The thing is, who decided that this was okay to write in the script? Like, hey, y'all need to leave that alone. Like, no, there's not. It's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I don't really know for certain, like, who else is, like, even together around there now. But, like, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop messing with this dude and his wife. Like, it ain't right. Like, I understand the way that they have them set up together.
Yeah,
but
his real wife. Like, this is not for play.
Right. Exactly.
I used to play the show. Shout out to me.
I used to be. But I mean, like, this is not somebody. We're not talking about like the original like Triple H Stephanie storyline, where like they pretend like they got married and like they run around with these rings and call each other husband and wife. Like, no, like that's not. This is not what's happening right now.
Yeah, so it's gonna take a lot to go into that. Basically, where it breaks down is this: they don't. Nobody's going anywhere out of this feud. And this is more of an example of writers. It seems like they split the writers up, and each writers has certain parts of the show, and then they try to weave a cohesive narrative out of that mess that they put together, which
is like the worst shit ever, because then you have like rainbows in one scene and like soil like soil clothes and rain in the next. Like, that's just what it sounds like to me. Like, you gotta keep checking through stuff, and every 5 minutes you gotta try to figure out how to put everything together. It's retarded.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it. It's retarded. Like, if that's really how the way that they're doing things, they need to stop, cease and desist immediately, because that's not okay.
No. Moving on. Kevin Owens defeated Sami Zayn. When they wrestle, it's the same fucking match every time. I thought it was a very nice video package they did with Charlotte and Sasha to set their thing up for later on in the show.
Yeah.
WWE is always A1 on the video packages.
They really are.
Flair met Enzo, and that was an interesting part of the show. Let Enzo hold the rack so he could get on the road.
That was ridiculous, but that right there was ridiculous just because of the context of what it was for. So, yeah, we're not even going to get on that shit.
Yeah.
But Rick being there in the first place was just freaking awesome. Like,
yeah. I mean, Rick adds life to the show. He changed the game a little bit for Charlotte, and we try to figure out, where their animosity comes. You know what I mean? And who knows? But yeah, here I'm trying to make it work. Roman Reigns defeated Chris Jericho, and KO messed it up for Jericho, trying to get involved. See, the thing is, I guess they're trying to make it where they patch it up, and then they blew it up. So I guess this is really it for them, because after that match, no way.
Right.
This is really
it.
For them.
Exactly. So I needed to be. I'm just saying, like, done, done already.
All right. With that being said, just going down the line, Rusev did show up for his match against Big Cass because of the Lana setup, which Keish, I can't deal. I can't deal. I can't.
Well, I would ask you, what is it that you can't deal with, but that list is a mile wide and a mile long. Trust.
Yeah,
I understand.
Here's what happened. The show itself became more of a soap opera. Like, there were matches. There was like 8 matches on the show, right? So,
right.
Zach Gallagher defeating Daivari doesn't get a lot of time. Bailey beating up Alicia Fox didn't take a lot of time. Rich Swann and TJ Perkins, decent amount, but not really a lot.
No.
You versus Mark Henry is pretty much a squash these days.
Of course. Like, it was funny because I was even shocked that even happened. I was even shocked that even happened. I was like, wait, they got Mark Henry on the show? Like, what was this? Like, when did we start doing this again? I don't know. I really seriously am very shocked at times when he shows up on the show or anywhere else for that matter. Like, it's like, oh, okay. Hey, Mark, what's up? Like, Titus O'Neil I follow on Instagram, so I know, like, when he's doing stuff and when he's not. But, of course, his Instagram is filled with pictures of him doing charity work, which is the most awesome thing ever. But you wouldn't know exactly when he's in the ring, when he isn't, you know, that kind of thing. So, I don't know. I mean, Raw in itself was a lot of talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was the promo sessions and all that, and, you know, the normal stuff. But, I don't know, this week it just felt like it was a lot more talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. You know, like, I really, seriously, I don't know if it's gearing me towards Roadblock. Like, I'm feeling it, but not really. You know what I'm saying? I do honestly have to say that the way that they have this whole Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho thing set up is pretty awesome. I just hope that they don't go to Roadblock, right? And then Jericho, you know, decides, oh, you know, that's my best friend, you know, I have to do something and all this blah, 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 and whatever. And then he helps Kevin retain the title again. Like, let it just be over. Like, y'all already are going in the right direction with this, you know, for it to be, like, done. Just let it be done already. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's fine. Like, just let it be over with already. I don't know. I think I want to call it the highlight, but I don't know if that's the right term to use for it. So, I know the best part of Raw for me this week was Charlotte's quote-unquote apology to her father, Ric Flair. Is it me, Keith, or is, like, Charlotte, like, the ultimate heel? I love her.
She works hard at it. I mean, extremely hard. Not in the Kevin Owens kind of way where it still kind of comes off kind of cheesy. Like, but also I think Owens' reputation long precedes that WWF run, so people in recent memory remember him being a babyface, so they kind of don't. I don't think that starts happening.
Right. So I don't know if I love Charlotte, and it's funny because I'm not supposed to, but I do. I love her promo work. I love her in-ring work. I think she's awesome. I love Sasha too. Like, I really believe Sasha holds her own, you know, all that kind of stuff. But the question that I have right now is, what do you do with Bayley? What do you do with Bayley and Alicia Fox, and, you know, all the other women that's in that Raw locker room right now? Like, what do you do? I think that's the best question that I have for all this. You know, what do you do with the rest of the women in the women's division? Like, how do you handle them not being represented or being shown or making money or anything like that when you get to that point, I guess? I don't know. I personally, I think that Charlotte's awesome. I think that Sasha's awesome. But I really seriously don't understand, like, what is going to happen with everybody else. You know? Especially after the quote-unquote apology and Sasha's challenging challenging Charlotte to a Iron Woman match at Roadblock in a day. And it's funny because Sasha said, we're going to be making history once again. Is that accurate? Like, are you saying this is going to happen? Like, I don't understand. Like, what do you see mean by that? You know, whatever. Maybe it's just me overreacting, but still. I have that right. I can do what I want. So, we'll see. I don't know. But I do want to ask this, Keith, would you... We know how our Father is, right? So, would you have even thought of laying a hand on him like Charlotte did Rick? Like, I know I wouldn't. I don't have those kind of death wishes in life. Like, seriously. I don't want to be doing no craziness like that. So.
No.
Because that slap was heard around the world. I was like, no. So,
Right. So, we're going to go on break. We're going to come back on the other side of the break. And we are going to just break down what's going on with the rest of the week in wrestling. And we're going to get some news. And, hey, man, news is interesting because it got into real life.
Right.
So,
yeah, you're right about that.
We will do that. And, yeah, we'll be back, man. So, I'm just trying to think of anything else that I need to go over before I say that. And I really don't. So, without further ado, a little bit of Dusty Rhodes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world television champion, the American dream, Dusty Rhodes. Dusty, welcome. But what about Jimmy Vay? What? He tried it. They almost got him again.
This has got to stop somewhere. Let me tell you something, David Crockett. This is going to cease to exist. It's going to stop now. I don't play no game. And I don't take no prisoners. Valencourt is going to have a lot of help. And tell him, Blanchard, you come out here and you talk about baby Don Paul driving that boy, putting that boy out of wrestling, talking about boy this and boy that. Well, David, you know my youngest, Till Margaret, is 2.5 years old. And I tell her a story about the cold-blooded sausage maker that's walking through the woods. And these little pigs run around. And he grabs the little pigs and he making cold-blooded sausage out of them. But always in that story, when she's scared and her eyes are big as silver dollars, the American dream comes and saves the little piggies. But in this case, I am the cold-blooded sausage maker. Tully Blanchard. And you the little piggies. And you running around with one big pig. That's right. Now I hope my mama don't call David and get on for me talking this way. But she ain't no lady. She ain't no 10. She's nothing more than something off the... I ain't even gonna talk about it. And you talking about now, you got to deal with a dealer. That's fine. Because that's risky business. I am risky business. I am the cold-blooded sausage maker.
And we are back on the other side of Ring Time Pro Wrestling. And you know what it is. It's like one of the favorite segments out there in these streets that people tend to love, and it's the birthdays. Because everybody likes to get caught up on the birthdays. And this week, wrestling was interesting because there was some fun birthdays to be had, right? So, on the 7th, which was like 2 days ago, right? You had Rick Rude, the late great Ravisher Rick Rude, had a birthday. He was 58. I want to say, if that's right. Did I read? 58. Sounds about right. Tammy Lynn Stitch, a.k.a. Sonny, had a birthday on December 7th, which was 2 days ago. Also, Dean Ambrose's birthday was on Sunday.
That's actually pretty funny and interesting at the same time.
Yes, Keisha goes down. Apparently, this is a hell of a week to have a wrestler. So yesterday, December 8th, Indie Darling, former TNA and WWE guy, Jimmy Rave, celebrate the birthday.
Right.
Jimmy Rave out here at 34. You can see him in local indie shows in Atlanta all the time. He's still got the Jimmy Rave approved T-shirts for you. Michael Cole out here celebrate the birthday. Michael Cole. Okay, no, sorry. But yeah, Michael Cole celebrate the birthday. Cole is old as dirt too. Cole,
yeah.
No, he ain't old as dirt. He's like 48. Enzo Amore celebrated a birthday yesterday. After healing from his lumps from Rusev, celebrated a birthday. Kurt Angle celebrates his birthday today on December 9th. The Olympic gold medalist, former WWE champion, TNA champion, IWGP champion. He has done it all. NCAA champion, only Olympic gold medalist in wrestling to be in the world of professional wrestling.
Right.
It wouldn't last you to be successful at the transition from amateur wrestling to professional wrestling. There's a lot of people who tried, not that many people have been successful. That's why we root for American Alpha, because we want them to be successful in this transition. Because it's a totally different mindset to do.
American Alpha is just awesome anyway, so they definitely deserve the applause and response. Like,
yeah.
I mean, period.
So that's it. Now, if you want to go to tomorrow, Saturday birthdays, S.A. Rios. Y'all don't remember S.A. Rios? He was
I remember S.A. Rios.
And he was former WWE darling JTG celebrates the birthday.
JTG.
If you can find JTG, I'm pretty sure he made himself a little thing that would make him into a small island. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he could make it work out that way.
You ain't got nothing.
But you know, just talking, Keish. I was just talking.
Yeah, I know it.
But let's get to the news, which heavy news week in wrestling, right?
Right.
So, it was December 9th, Keish. You know what happened December 9th, 15 years ago?
Had to clear the throat for this one. Chris Jericho became the undisputed champion. The title always gets me, because didn't it go WWF World Heavyweight, or was it like WWF like champion? And like, yeah, so he was the first undisputed WWF champion. There we go. Bam. That's the best way to put it. 15 years ago, he beat The Rock and Stone Cold in one night.
Yes.
And he will not let you forget it. If you don't believe me, go to his Instagram. I swear to you, it's right there.
Keish, if I beat The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night, I don't care how it happened. I don't care what it's about. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Right, exactly. We're like, but did you beat The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night? Oh, okay then. We ain't got nothing to talk about. Bye. Bye. That'd be the end of the conversation right there. Like, nope. We ain't got nothing to talk about. So, I mean, that's an incredible feat. Like, you can't, I mean, really, that can't even be duplicated. Like, seriously. Okay. So, it is what it is. Go Jericho.
Out here in the street also, Mick Foley is sharing fundraiser information to help Chyna's mother pay her legal fees. For those of you who don't know, the late, great Chyna, when she passed away, a lot of her trust was controlled by her managers. And And it's kind of like, no. So Chyna's mother felt like she should have that stuff, and I don't know the particulars of their relationship or how any of that breaks down, right?
Right.
But so I'm just gonna side with family on this one. She probably should have that stuff, but it's Chyna's so-called managers who are still out here using her likeness to try to profit and all that stuff, and not renewing. So it's just a weird cycle. But I hope that Miss Janet is able to get her stuff together, and they will get those legal fees tied up. So, not tied up, but get them so she can be able to take care of her daughter's business the way she probably felt her daughter would see fit.
Right.
So,
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. So, that's one of those things that have to happen. And I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I reached out to Chyna's management. Talked to him on a few different occasions. Gave her an opportunity to be on the show. And really, we weren't going to talk about this. We were just going to let them shoot the stuff about life and just her last days and being around her. But now this got some hot information. Nope, no more of that.
Right.
No. So that would happen. Odell Beckham's cousin Tehran wants to join the WWE. For those of you who don't know who Tehran is, right, the Beckham family comes from a long line of football players. So a lot of guys play pro in college, right?
Right.
Tehran is his cousin. If you just Google that, this guy is jacked to the nines. He wrestled what?
I'm not surprised by that. I really ain't. I am definitely not surprised by that.
Yeah. So that's going down. I think Tehran has a good shot at making it in the WWE. The guy's athletic as hell. I've seen a lot of his workout videos. I think he's on the right track. Lita is done with the WWE for now. She was pulled from the pre-shows, and her contract was up, and she did not resign. So,
well, best of luck to her, I guess. I mean, that's actually a shocker to me. I didn't think that she was just going to up and leave. You know, I didn't think that she was going to leave. So,
But yeah, so Lita is not with the company anymore. No real explanation of why. We know the Wyatts are doing Freebird rules. Mickie James signs a multi-year deal with the WWE. So Mickie James is coming back home.
But is she going to stay on NXT, or is she going to be on one of the shows? That's the question that I ask. Like, is she going to be a part of, NXT, or is she going to be on Raw or SmackDown? Like, just have her on NXT for, like, just that one match, or, like, how's this work? So, because I love Mickie James. And I'm glad they're using her old music, but at the same time, is she going to be on SmackDown Live or Raw Live, or?
Yeah, I think Washington was really hitting their draft picks in that time.
This is going to be interesting, I say.
Yeah. And the final piece of news this week. Linda McMahon has been tapped to run the SBA by President-elect Donald Trump. We have talked and speculated on Linda McMahon's political future on the show many of times. We have joked about her spending $100 million to try to run for Senate, which will never get old, because for $100 million, we could have bought a small island and set her up as Supreme Grand Poobah.
You ain't got no sense.
But, you know, neither here nor there. I'm going to say this, because I saw a lot of people clowning, Keish. People can't wait to clown wrestling. And that's what it came down to. He promote people from wrestling, da-da-da-da. They had a 30-year relationship, and a lot of it's doing business, right?
Right.
Linda's not your ordinary just stay-at-home wife. She is a hard worker. She was CEO of the company for a lot of years. She's one of the people who helped put a lot of this licensing and stuff together that they have and the endorsements that they have together. It's a small business association. Keish, what small business blew up more than the WWF? Because it was a small business. It was them running it out of their basement at one point. You know what I mean?
They were running it out of their basement? Like that? Now that I didn't know. Wait. What was being ran out of their basement? Time out.
But
you gotta enlighten me on this one.
What's that?
What was they running out of their basement?
The WWE. WWF.
The WWE even was being ran out of somebody's basement?
Yes, at one time. See, about 35, 40 years ago, right? There was the WWF. It was ran by one Vincent McMahon, who is, they call him Vince Senior, but I don't think he's actual senior. Because Vince Junior got a different middle name, but I don't think he's a junior. But for intents purposes, to separate the Vince, the senior and junior, right? Junior, who worked at the company as an announcer and, you know, just some other things for his dad, proposed he would buy the company. And the way they had it set up was through a series of payments, balloon payments that had to be made. You would pay him, your dad, as investors, and they would get the company. If you missed one, the whole deal was kaput, right?
Right.
Linda and Vince did not really have sophisticated offices. And in the territory days, a lot of places didn't have a lot of offices because they didn't really need it. You know, they worked at the venue and stuff like that, but a lot of stuff they did from home.
Right.
So they had a home office and ran out their basement, and they did all those deals and made deals with television networks and stuff like that. And in the beginning, it was just him and her. They was the two employees. They was the whole office.
That's kind of awesome.
Right? But they built it up, and they built it up, and they built it up. Against the world, they built it up. And she always was there. Like I said, she was the one in the boardroom cutting the deals, making stuff happen. So Vince was the face of the company, but Linda was definitely the backbone. So, hey man, as somebody who is married to somebody who is starting a small business, hey man, I want the lady in charge who know how to flip that small business to a corporate conglomerate.
This is true.
All right? If you can tell me how to flip Ring Time Pro Wrestling into a globalized mega ring, like you can tell me how to be Rush Limbaugh and shit, I'm all ears. So, just saying. Right. She's uniquely qualified for this position. But people like the clown because it's wrestling. You know what I mean? And I wrote some other stuff about it with some stats and statistics to give you an idea of who and what. Now, if you want to complain about some of his cabinet appointments, or even the idea of some people he's thinking about appointing, there's some scary people out there.
Yeah, you're right about that.
The guy he got tapped for labor secretary, geez, he was an ex-fast food exec. Y'all think y'all getting $15 an hour now? Y'all can forget that.
Right.
Oh, also, quiet as kept, Keish. If the minimum wage raised to $15 an hour, it really wouldn't do nothing. Because what would happen is, effectively then, all other wages would have to be increased to compensate the fact that they'd have made $15 an hour. It would totally disrupt the labor market.
Yeah.
So you can't have Wendy's out there paying people $9.
It's pitiful.
I mean, it all got to get figured out some kind of way. But no, like I said, wrestling took over the phase of real life. Linda was tapped for that position, and like I said, I think she's nails for it, and it's gonna be fun to watch. Like I said, Trump got some dangerous people. The EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, the guy he got tapped for that, Keith sued the agency multiple times as a lawyer representing companies that wanted to deregulate.
Are you serious?
Yes. So
And he wants this person. And he wants this person to run this. Like,
Yeah.
are we for real?
yeah, he wants him to run the department he openly has been antagonistic against for a long time. So,
Oh, he's going to discuss it.
how's that going to go, right? Man, we're going to be
Right.
breathing orange air in about 2 years.
Right.
Because they want to drop a lot of regulations on a lot of these companies, and environmental is one of them. And when you do that, hey, man, just be prepared for your two-headed brother growing out the side of your neck. It's happening.
This is just going to be more and more foolish as time goes on. Like, seriously.
So,
Like, on for real.
we'll run through SmackDown, and we'll talk a little bit about NXT in Japan. Really just the one match that mattered, and then we'll let everybody go home.
Sorry, I had to laugh at that.
What? I'm just saying, we'll let everybody go home.
You have no sense, Keith. Like, seriously.
I think I have a nice sense of humor.
I think you're crazy.
Okay. Before this goes left. Oh, man. Whew. But,
All right, so, SmackDown. Let's talk about this.
the smack of it down.
Because-
AJ Styles comes out to start the show, and he's in a walking boot. And his ankle injury that looked like it happened at TLC was legit, apparently.
Yeah.
Which, quiet as kept. He was in the ATL today getting a little bit of treatment on that ankle. I don't know exactly where, because I would have been there at some point trying to talk it up. But, yeah. AJ, ankle. Hurt for real. Don't know how long that's going to be, but they haven't taken the belt away from him, so I think they're very optimistic that it won't be that long.
Which is good.
Yeah,
I think that's a good thing.
I definitely think that means I said he's somebody that should be ready for Royal Rumble at worst. And
Right.
I mean, it might be like 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I mean? But right now, no, they're not really going too deep into what it is. And I think the speculation is that it's not going to be that heavy because nobody got wheeled into surgery. So I think that's good. James Ellsworth came out there and, like I said, caught their dirty deeds. I just want him to go away, Keith.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually laughed like too hard when that happened, and then I was like, okay, so can he disappear now? Because I seriously was like, dude, this is ridiculous. Like, for real, for real. He annoys me. Just his face annoys me. His voice annoys me. Like, everything around him annoys me. It's like, for real. Like, can we just get... I personally, I don't even know if I want to see him, like, anywhere else. Like, just completely make him just disappear. Like, let's be done with this James Ellsworth stuff, because this is ridiculous. I feel like this is a joke that has gone too far, you know? Like, come on, man. Can we stop this already?
Yep, that's how I feel. Randy Orton and Bray solidified their championships by beating Rhyno and Heath Slater. Like, they went right into a rematch clause.
Yeah.
Which, that says no revisiting. We get rid of these belts and it's over.
Right.
At least for the time being.
So I think that Randy and Bray are looking pretty strong, though. You know, I think that this Bray Wyatt family thing with Randy in it just might work a little more than I actually had anticipated in the beginning. That's not looking too bad right now. I must say, not looking too bad right now. So I guess we just had to kind of see where it goes from here. But I actually am very for them having the tag team titles, and you know, I'm ready to continue to see how this, especially with the dynamic of Bray showing Randy that he's not just there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad they added in their little extra element to it. So,
yeah, I mean, so, like I said, I think the Wyatts are going to be interesting. So, we got this weird triple triangle between Natty, Carmella, and Nikki. Kind of he said, she said, we said kind of thing.
Right.
Not really.
No one cares.
Yeah. I think
like,
that's where
if you want me to be real, like, no one cares. Don't worry, Keith. I'll say it. No one cares. Like, just be over with it already. Because, I mean, they can do more with the women than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, having it, like, right now y'all having a point and finger session, and it's really annoying. Because right now it's just more so of, like, she did it. For real? This is what we're going to do? How old are y'all? Just stop this. Like, I can't. So, no, I'm not for it. I'm definitely not for it. I'll never be for it. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous that they even letting this continue as long as it has with Nikki and Carmella alone. So then you're going to throw Natty in the mix. I thought that Natty being thrown in the mix would create tension, enough tension to where Carmella is eliminated from this equation at some point, but no, I guess not. I guess it's just a difference in what is going on. I don't care, whatever. Like this is just all, to me, this is just all ridiculous in the first place, and I would need for them to get their lives together. Like, seriously. Because it's just not going to work. It really isn't. So, there's that. I'll go into the next thing. The Hype Bros defeat the Ascension in a tag team match that I really didn't expect to happen. But I actually am a fan of the Hype Bros. I need one of their shirts. Like, just so I can walk around in it. Like Mojo Riley. Except I just won't be doing all the tackles and, you know, all that stuff. So, because we both have always agreed that Mojo is a different type of hype. So, that's something I don't want to mess with. But it is what it is. And then we have a nice, wonderful segment of Miz TV. Miz TV. With the guest, Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, and Dean wanted to be Dean, like.
Of course.
And little Jimmy trying to get his way out of weasel his way out. But nobody's buying it.
Right.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like, when you're ready, just gotta remember, hey, you can't cry wolf all the time. Somebody might not buy it this time. No. Not that this person never cried wolf, at least to me. But just the example. End of the day, you know, just take a look. The Hype Bros defeat the Ascension. I'm pretty sure Mojo's on coke.
Right.
Miz TV, Dean Ambrose. If they have Baron Corbin fight Kalisto again, I'm gonna burn down SmackDown.
Right. Please, just stop this. You know, I feel like Baron Corbin and Kalisto is like the male version of Nikki and Carmella. Like, you just really just don't want to see this anymore. I've been over it. So, like, this just makes it worse. Just stop it already. Please. For the love of God. Do not have that match next week. I will not. If they have that match next week, I'm not watching SmackDown again for like another 3. Like I will skip SmackDown until Royal Rumble. I swear to you, I just can't. I can't do this every week. Like, I really just am done. So I'm gonna need them to be done. Please and thank you. Like, it is what it is, man. I can't go through this every week, Keith. The agony. Jesus.
So, Ellsworth cost Ambrose the match against Miz for the IC title. Like I said, somebody to just get rid of this guy, please.
Right.
There's nothing else
please.
You can do. You got to get rid of him at some point.
I mean, there's nowhere you can put them. There's nothing that you can do with them that's gonna work. Like, just let it be. Bye. Like, that's it. Like, I can't. And I'm the last one that would want something to like that to like happen. But man, oh Lord, help me. I mean, you can only put up with so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can only put up with so much.
We have a new NXT champion. Well, not even new. 2-time NXT champion. Shinsuke Nakamura got his belt back, Keish. He defeated Samoa Joe in Osaka, Japan.
In an incredible match, by the way.
Yes. Very intense. It's kind of weird the way they play it. I thought they was going to do a whole NXT show from Japan. They was like, nah, we just show y'all this last match.
Right.
We just splicing this last match here.
Have you seen... Okay, so I'm going to go through the rest of what happened during NXT Wednesday night. So...
Yeah, let's run down.
Okay. So... DIY starts to show out, and you know they're celebrating their tag team title victory, but then out walks the Authors of Pain. So of course Paul Ellering is like, "Hey, guess what? We're challenging for those next." And then the Revival, they come out, and they come out, and the way they come out is they ended up in between the two, because DIY was in the ring, Authors of Pain was on top of the ramp. The Revival is like, "Hey, we're going to try. We're number one contenders. We're going to try and take the titles back. It's, you know, blah blah blah, whatever." But Authors of Pain, yeah, right. But Authors of Pain was like, no. So that's how that went. But of course, William Regal straightened it out later on in the show, and it will be the Revival and DIY for the titles, and then whoever wins that will face Authors of Pain at the next NXT TakeOver. Okay. So that's how that goes. This straightens out the situation of who's going to be the number one contenders. So you have the Revival getting their rematch, and then you have DIY still putting up the titles for grabs. But Authors of Pain are still the number one contenders, pretty much. They're pretty much the number one contenders for the tag team titles, you know, for the most part. There was the next thing I'm going to brings up a question, and I'm going to ask you, Keith, but I want to talk about it first. Mm-hmm. So, we had a tag team match between... Wait. Before I do that, we have a new member of the announced team on NXT. Percy Watson has joined Corey Graves, and he's joined Corey Graves and Tom Phillips at the announce table. So I don't know if this is permanent. I don't know how this goes, but as Corey has said, the announced team has just got a facelift. So,
yeah, Percy is full of personality. I liked him when they tried to bring him along as a wrestler, but for whatever reason, things don't work out always, right? And I'm assuming it might have been injury or whatever. You know what I mean? Things don't always work out. I think Corey is probably going to leave SmackDown. I mean, NXT. Think about it. He's doing 205 Live, and he's doing Raw. To ask him to do NXT is probably a little bit of burnout at some point.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
And he's doing all the pay-per-views?
I'm surprised that they got him to do 205 Live, but at the same time, it makes sense. So, I don't know. Yeah, he's going to need to give at some point, you know?
Yeah. Well, the opportunity to work with Mauro Ranallo, I think anybody would jump on it.
Right.
I'm interested to see what's going to happen with SmackDown. The same thing. SmackDown got 4 people in that booth, and you're not supposed to have 4 people.
Exactly. Why do they have Tom Phillips there? Like, who? What are they going to do? What was the point in that? I just needed to know. Like,
wrestling at its core and at its very best requires 2 people, a color guy and a play-by-play. That's it. That's all you need.
So,
JR and Jerry Lawler, like you need. I mean, that's what you kind of need, right? Your color guy relies on his experience, and he paints the picture. The play-by-play keeps you efficient, and it goes down the line. They're generally professional journalists, you know, TV people, that kind of thing.
Right, which is why 3 people at that booth is just too much. It's extra, like. That extra person is just there and is just making, like, the worst comments. And then, like, most of the time, for the majority point, they're just boring. Like, it's like, what? You know? So, I don't know, I guess. But, nonetheless, I'm kind of excited about this addition to the announced team for NXT. So we'll have to see what goes on with that. I did like his dancing when No Way Jose came out for the tag team match that he was in with Rich Swann against Eric Young and Sanity, which was crazy because the first thing they do when they come out there is they stomp on and spit on the jacket of one of their own.
Right.
Which is saying, hey, we don't associate ourselves with this dude no more. He's gone, bye.
Yeah.
And this is where I come to my question, Keith. So, are the cruiserweights just kind of, like, floating except for on SmackDown? Like, are they just, what is going on with this? Like, it's very confusing because I have to remind the people that Rich Swann is the current WWE Cruiserweight Champion, and he's performing on NXT. So I'm like, y'all need to figure out what y'all gonna do with this, because
okay, here's the thing.
This is confusing.
The WWE believes that they have to do skits and stuff to get you to like wrestlers. I don't believe that, but they believe that. Of course. You know, some of it might be right, whatever. What's you're seeing is them trying to hedge their bets to figure out who can do what. At best.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I understand it when you put it like that, but I really just it threw me off. It really threw me off because it was like, because, okay, so some of them are on NXT.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the division on Raw. So of course it makes sense for some of them to be on Raw. Yeah. But now you got 205 Live, which is their own show, like, period. So it's like, all right, so why would they need to be on NXT if they can just go be on 205 Live and Raw? Like, it just, I don't know.
Well, it goes even crazier because you would think that when they was talking about moving the brands, that they would move them to Tuesday, right? Because 205 Live is a Tuesday product, which is a SmackDown thing. So they're going to be working the SmackDown crew and all that stuff. Now, if you got guys who were on Raw last night, now they have to double dip. I'm trying.
I don't know. I don't know is who is Demo?
Who is who?
Not Demo. What is his name? Demo. Oh God, he came out during that match, and he's huge, and he definitely took out No Way Jose because he pushed him square into the ring post, and it actually secured the win for Sanity. But I think this is somebody that Sanity is worried about. So, which brings me to a segment in the show that definitely is in itself hilarious, but at the same time very intriguing. As you see Sanity walking to the back, one of the ladies is back there with the mic. She's trying to get a interview. They just blow off. Nikki Cross stands there for a second, staring at the NXT Women's Championship. Asuka walks up, grabs the belt slowly. Nikki just looks at her with this look of like disdain, and then she laughs at her. Like, ha, you're not scary. I think we've just got our next NXT Women's title match. Of course, you know that's just me being premature about it, but hey, I can hope, right? I can dream. So anyway, Amber Moon defeats Kimberly in a very impressive win. Amber Moon is going places. I'm going to say it if nobody else does. Amber Moon's going places. I really can see it for her. Her theme music is awesome, and I swear to you one day it will be my ringtone. But I love Amber Moon. She's greatness. And I think this is when we went into the NXT title match that happened in Osaka, Japan. Because I don't think there was anything else that happened on NXT after that. No, I think that was it. That was it. So then we got to see the title match between Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura. And, of course, we know the results of that. So NXT was actually pretty good this week. It showcased things that maybe questioned some things, but at the same time, I think that was the point.
Right.
We got to see, we also got to see Ty Dillinger get added into the tournament that's going to be held. It was a slight tournament. William Regal announced that there is going to be 4 singles matches that are going to happen. And then the winners of those 4 matches, each winner of those 4 matches will go into a fatal 4-way elimination match to determine the number 1 contender for the NXT championship. Ty Dillinger has been entered into this tournament. So, last week he said if he couldn't beat Samoa Joe, that he'll leave. So I guess that was this week he walks into William Regal's office, and instead of leaving, William tells him, look, I have confidence in you. Everybody else has confidence in you. You're not going anywhere. Pretty much just told him you're not going anywhere by offering him a spot in the tournament. So Ty is awesome. I can actually see Ty Dillinger being in the Fatal 4-Way. I don't know about him being number 1 contender. That's something that's yet to be determined. So, yeah.
I think right now with that, it's like they're just trying to establish number 1 contenders. They're not really heavy in the storylines right now, and it's just kind of is what it is right now.
Right. So, but I am excited. I have to honestly say that I am always thoroughly impressed with NXT. I never get bored with it because there's always new elements to be added to NXT. Not only just their performers, not only just the specific superstars that's on NXT, but how they handle the way that each storyline is created and the way that it progresses. So I must say that right now we don't really have much, but we do have enough to really start to get speculation about what's going to come next. So that's one of the things that I'm excited about. So I can't wait to see what happens with that. Keith, I'm not gonna lie. If they make this Nikki Cross Asuka match happen, I will be thoroughly excited. I think I personally will be thoroughly excited. I don't know about anybody else, but I would love to see that happen. Because Asuka's awesome. She's been champion for 255 days?
Yeah.
So, and she's still undefeated. Who is going to beat Asuka? Seriously. I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't dare try it. That's just foolish. I've seen her kick.
No,
that looked like it would, collapse a lung or something. I'm good.
No, that's real violence right there. That is straight up good old unadulterated violence.
But her smile is so pretty. When she smiles, it's oh, look at her. But then you have to remember, she's this serial killer. Asuka. It's funny because the crowd is so into it too. They're Asuka's gonna kill you. I'm I would hate to be the opponent in the ring at that moment. I would hate to be Asuka's challenger, right then and there. I'd probably die inside. I wouldn't even want to continue. If this was my first match and this is the person that I'm facing, I think I'm good. I'd be you know what? Y'all can bring me back in a couple of weeks, I could face Billy Kay or Amber Moon or some shit like that. Y'all not gonna just put me out here to be destroyed. We're just not doing that. So who knows? But that was NXT this week. I don't think I've gotten a chance to watch 205 Live this week just yet. So.
No doubt. But, yeah. I will try to get in some 205 Live tomorrow. And just see where that goes. Because it's been, like I said, it's a lot of content to absorb.
Yeah, it is.
I flipped by TNA yesterday. Eddie Edwards still champ.
All right.
That's what I do. I got to make sure everybody still got belts. And ROH will make anything, good. So, with that, we'll see you guys next week. And
next week?
Be here to preview Roadblock. So, next week is a Roadblock preview.
Week?
Yeah, next week is a Roadblock preview. So, strap it up and be ready. And we are out.
Bye.